Wow, for some reason hitting 2 just makes me try to quit the game. No.
Oh, there we go. I finally clicked on one of the notifications as it popped up. It was goddamn Mark's server.
Oh.
Hit 2.
Hit 2. Okay.
I'm muting that.
Quit game. Why is hitting 2 on my... Hi DJ, hi Stamp. Today we're playing Shibuya Scramble. A game that is apparently... I hear it's good. The only reason that I actually picked this up is because I saw Tachibana on the cover. I forget his actual name. The actor who plays Tachibana-san from Kamen Rider Blade is in this game. Because this is like a full FMV detective game. I'm also so the other reason that we're playing this today is because I was shoveling snow this morning, or I guess this afternoon, and I slipped and fell and hurt my hand, and now it hurts for my hands to do like
Controller
a fist.
trauma.
Yeah. Although I am worried now because when I booted up this game, it said, "Do you want Xbox controls or PS4 controls?" And I'm like, ugh.
Oh no.
So we'll see. It's weird because this is like an FMV game, so I'm confused as to why it's asking me for controller controls, and I can control it with just the keyboard. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. Worst case scenario, I could just plug in my controller and not hold it, and then just hit the buttons. Because I assume probably the most that we're gonna be doing is probably QTEs, I assume. But I'm surprised that like I'm surprised they don't have like a keyboard control scheme because it only says Xbox or PS4.
Yeah, because like when I went to the Steam page for it, when you linked me to it, it said PlayStation and PC. So I figured there'd be the keyboard and mouse support for it, but
yeah, because I could control it with my keyboard, but when I go to settings, it says, well, I guess it says controller, but it just has controller, PS4, or Xbox. It's strange. I've never seen.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I also want to say that because like we were talking about it before we started, this menu music seems like RPG overworld music and not at all like the music for a mystery game. It's really weird. Anyway, let's start. Bookmark is also a weird term for a save position. Chill beats the self-murder too. Yeah. Do you want the guide to gameplay to be displayed? Recommend that for some players select yes. Okay. End 0, bad 0? Okay. This story is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead events, or luck houses entirely confidential.
Incidental.
Spike. God damn, that's loud.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on.
I had to adjust my Discord. That was a bit intense.
God damn it.
Fucking Chunsoft at it again.
Oh no, I have to look up which character is Tachibana from Kamen Rider Blade. I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
I don't know anything.
Jack Woodyard. No. Kosei Amano. Oh yeah, okay. That was like one of the first names that came up was Kosei Amano. Let me double check the game audio, see if that's not crazy loud right now. Might turn that down a little bit. There we go. world doesn't change so easy. I like his music, it's funky.
Yeah. Definitely feels like TV show kind of stuff.
Yeah. There's literally an Apple Store right there. What? Oh, it's a blimp.
What do you think that was?
I have no idea what that was. I was like, what is that? What is coming on screen right now? We interrupt this program for breaking... Okay. During a Shinjuku hostage situation. Hopefully you can see the subtitles on the stream.
Yeah.
I mean, chat.
Yeah. I'm dual monitoring this. Screen shape is fine.
I've been deceived. I've been deceived, Alpha. Also, hey Sharky, for some reason I like didn't the messages ran together and I thought you were DJing. Also because you were the same color. Shibuya's story is yours to tell. Purple jump scare. There he is, there's Tachibana. As you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. In 428, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact their experience as you read the story. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. It's been too long since I tuned in. I wish you luck in video game. Thanks. Hopefully you can see them all through to the end. To start, you have two characters, Shinyu Kano and Aichi Endo. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story.
See them all through the end? Is this some fucking heavy rain bullshit?
Sorta.
Oh no!
I know that there's bad ends. Like, literally when we hit the save, thing, it said, like, bad end 0 to 0. It looks like it does have keyboard controls. I like how he turns to the camera. It looks like it does have just general keyboard controls.
That's good.
Tachibana.
You gonna be horny on stream?
No. Just 2 more minutes to go. So, there's this recurring bit, and so part of Kamen Rider Blade is he plays like the secondary like writer character in it, and there's just kind of this recurring bit where and someone made a supercut of it. There's this recurring bit where the main character is like Tachibana-san, and then Tachibana-san just like beats the shit out of him. Hold on, I wonder if I can show this on stream. I'll show a little bit if I can find it. Hopefully it's still on YouTube. This entire thing? Hold on, let me see if I can find the entire thing. I don't know if this is the entire supercut. I'm not a browser source. I need a Windows source. Window capture. Is that it? Shrink that down. Oh. Shrink that down. I also need to add my Firefox audio source. I don't want that. I want to share this. Wait, this is not the supercut. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the supercut. Oh wait, here it is. Kamen Rider plays every time Kenzaki says Tachibana-san.
There's also no audio source for it.
Fuck. That's weird. Is it weird that I want to play Buckle? They're really good. The bullets are really good. I wonder why there's no audio source.
Is it something that you have to put in your OBS for the browser?
Weird, because I'm showing that there's audio playing in the actual stream.
Oh, maybe that's why it's not playing for me. Because I have the stream super low, so it doesn't give feedback.
Oh, weird. Because I am also streaming it to you. It should be on Discord.
No, I only see your icon on Discord, not even the game anymore.
Alright. You get the gist of it, but yeah. It's just that, like, he runs into him and then, like, no. Don't look at my Twitter. He just runs into him a lot and then, like, it's like Tachibana-san and then, like, he punches him because they're kind of enemies. It's the whole thing. Anyway.
Recurring character abuse.
Yeah. Basically. Anyway. Just 2 more minutes to go.
I'm not getting the picture in Discord anymore.
Weird. I'm sharing it to you. It's strange.
I mean, if you don't mind me being on a delay, I can just watch it through the stream.
Stop streaming. Share your screen. Should be a scramble. Go live. Oh, you might need to join it again. Like, if I close it, you have to rejoin the stream because I closed it. I think.
Screen.
There's a big chat message I just saw. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on. I have something for this.
Oh.
Anyway. Is it still not showing up for you? The game stream? It's strange. I mean, I guess it's probably fine on a delay, worst case scenario.
Right.
Alright. I'm gonna stop streaming it altogether to you then. Alright. Be gone, thought. Just 2 more minutes to go. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line here. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really going to show up? When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? The Shibuya scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives hidden in its midst. Alright, another minute and a half. Tachibana-san. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the enforcement arm of Shibuya's criminal affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation like this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. Oh, it's the dog!
Huh.
That dog statue. And then they made like a weird American movie about it.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript attaché case. Hitomi Asawa, age 19. The attaché case in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Yesterday, her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. Yeah, Hachiko. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand of on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you? Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. You're too nervous, just relax already. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. Some words and phrases in the text appear in blue. These are called tips. Press tab to underline a tip, then press space. This will let you read some extra info relating to that word or phrase. There are tips containing general knowledge and ones that are 428. Specific. These are marked with a magnifying glass and a 428 respectively. That's a lot of districts of Japan.
Jesus. Let's see. Uehara, Ugui Sudanicho, Utagawacho, Ebisu, Ebisu Nishi, Ebisu Minami, Oyamacho, Kamiyamacho, Sakuragaokacho, Sasazuka, Sarugakucho, Shibuya Shoto, Jingumai, Shinsenso, Jinan Sendagaya, Daikana Yamacho, Dogenzaka, Tomigaya, Nanpedaicho, Nishihara Hatagaya, Hachiyamacho, Hatsurai, Higashi, Hiro, Honmachi, Maru Yamacho, Moto Yoyogisho, Yoyogi, and Yoyogi Kamizonocho.
Interesting.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Like, I know Higashi because that comes up a lot in the Japanese addresses that I see.
Huh. I only recognize, like... Wait, what was there? Hold on. I recognize Ebisu and,
yeah.
Shibuya, that's it.
Oh yeah, one of the games I ordered from off of eBay came from Ebisu.
He always went a little overboard with the disguises. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was that he just liked playing dress up. I bet the original Japanese said cosplay.
Probably.
Hey pal, spare some change? Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano. Hey, knock that off. Fittingly for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly. Well, ain't suspicious now, huh? He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempts to pull away. Come on, Sasayama, cut it out. Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was good reason for that confidence. This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. The statue of Hachiko was surrounded by elite investigators from one of HQ's special investigation teams. 2 more tips. Hit tab repeatedly to switch. Probably don't need to... Okay, that's like literal general knowledge. Yeah. The green frog.
The bus line?
Yeah. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup if the kidnapper attempted to flee. I don't know which one's talking. Oh wait, it's probably Sasuke. Look, just try to relax, we'll be fine. Sasuke gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear. Alright everyone, it's time. Keep your eyes open. The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze, HQ's operation director. The bad guy from Yakuza 0. Until last year, he'd been the Shibuya precinct's head detective and Kano's supervisor. We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down. Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. I like how crazy that man, crazy Sasayama's hair is.
Yeah, that's definitely a bad wig on purpose.
Yeah. You don't sound too worried, Kuze. Kano winced at Sasayama's words. How could the man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. Whap. Wings and pizza. Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. The sound was louder than he'd intended. Though the suit hit his muscular physique, it did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called to action at any moment. The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whomever came to make the handoff on site. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being. Still nothing, Sasayama muttered. There he is. He's here. Kuze broke in, his voice spiking into an excited chirp. Why is that a thing I can highlight? Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Whenever he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a childish register, proning to babbling and pitching his voice.
That's probably gonna come in handy later.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tell later. Subject is a young male in his 20s, wearing a bandana and an orange hoodie. Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like an excited child. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano, why would they give me that tip and then just explain that tip in the rest of the dialogue?
Just in case you didn't click it.
Yeah. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves. That's not the perpetrator. That guy's handing out flyers. I assume. They could see the subject now. A 20-something male nonchalantly approached Hitomi to talk to her. Alright, people. Be ready to grab this guy. Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. Just her face. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. Detectives watched, uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? You'll encounter selections like these during the story. These choices will change the lives of other people. Current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists. I don't think that's a guy. I think that's just like... I think he's literally like handing out a flyer or some shit.
See, but that's the hard choice. Because, like, they're not standing particularly close to anywhere. where someone should be handing flyers. Because
That's
I thought there
true.
were strict rules where you had to be within the proximity of the business you're promoting.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hmm. But then that'd be like a weird cover. Like if he's using that as like a cover for this, for
Right. And
being the kidnapper.
that's also what makes it difficult. It's like if it's a professional, they would know not to do that.
Yeah. And they think he's not a professional, but they're not sure.
You choose.
I don't think this is the guy. I think this is a red herring.
Mm,
I'm gonna pick B.
okay.
I think it's too early. The situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. The newcomer held a bundle of letter-sized paper, which he showed to Tomi as he went on talking. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Undeterred, the man kept trying to foist it off on her. Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as the statue of Hachiko behind her, until finally the man gave up and walked away. I, I, I already immediately like Sasaya. I guess it wasn't him. Kano felt the tension of the moment linger in his spine. Guy must have been hitting on her, Sasayama muttered. I mean, she is pretty cute and all. He had a point. Though, of course, something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself. She's got nothing on my Michan. Michan was Sasayama's wife. They'd gotten married just last month. Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself. This was Sasayama's favorite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it. Sasayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? The phrase has become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them. Fine, fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend then. Huh? Now you can't be serious. Sasayama leaned in close again. What's she like? We're not having this conversation. Kano muttered, looking away. Ah, come on. Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker. Show me your phone. Let me see your lock screen. Huh? Sasayama parred for the phone. You gotta pick of your girl on your lock screen, yeah? I do not. But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were. Hey, cut it out, we're in the middle of an investigation. I am investigating, Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen. The heck is this? Excuse me. Hold on, I gotta burp. It's not... Ain't this Masami Nagahama? National Star tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national. Kano realized he had to bite the bullet. No, that's my girlfriend. She lives in Canada. Her name's Rumi, and she's... Sasayama cut him off. Telling me this ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama. Like I said, you sly old dog. Trying to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama? I'm not, I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her. Sasayama let out a huff. For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that? There's nothing to fall for, I swear. Sasayama scowled, unconvinced. Alright, then why don't you marry her? Kano stammered, but he had no answer. The truth was, he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Okay, playtime's over, let's focus on the job. Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. Kano let out a quick, uneasy sigh, but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful. They look back and she's like gone or something.
Yeah.
By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered at Hitomi, the strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 5,000, 10,000 bills... It's a weird way of putting that. The 5,000, 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chance with her sister's life. The kidnapping case had begun the day before at around 7 p.m. Didn't do this voice? Oh yeah, there's a delay. Let me see if I can't... Hold on. Let me, like, close the call and then reopen it. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll...
So you think you want to do a fresh call?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, did it change the audio?
Did it show up now? Did it change your audio settings?
Yeah. Freaking Discord has been finicky for me.
Weird.
Like, every time I close a call, it makes me choose the output source.
Weird.
Even though I have my headphones plugged into my monitor.
That's strange. Can you at least see the stream now?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you want to read this part?
This is MPD Dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is reporting a missing person believed to be an abduction. I'm gonna click it. In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring or deceiving someone into the control of a third party is known as a kidnapping. Using forcible threats or violence to achieve the same result is known as abduction.
Pretty sure it's also just general. I don't know. I guess maybe there's different.
Yeah. Subject is Maria Osawa, a 19-year-old student at Midoriyama Academy, last seen at the LL Diner near campus.
You should have put that over like a slightly darker filter because it's kind of hard to read that over the text of the actual video.
Yeah. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once. Kano and Sasayama had been working a burglary case in Jingumai's 5th district when they got the call. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to secure the area, blocking off entry to the nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met by the girl who'd reported the kidnapping. I don't like that facial hair with that haircut on Sasayama.
He looks better as a hobo.
Better. Right. It matched the hobo wig better.
Yeah.
It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi. Could you tell us about when Maria was taken? Starting from the very beginning? Kano said, keeping his voice low. My sister and I, we were supposed to go to a party together today.
This is just an elaborate plan to not go to the party.
Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse. But I messed up this time. I showed up right at 7, an hour later than I was supposed to. So Maria had gone alone to the party, a mixer for locals and exchange students.
I think Sasayama looks alright. He doesn't look terrible.
I don't know, there's just something about how unkempt the facial hair is, because there's like no definitive line to it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I see what you mean.
Hitomi, arriving late, had shown up just in time to glance out the restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into a car. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make. I can't imagine there's that many foreign cars in Japan.
I was gonna say.
I don't understand why they had to specify.
Yeah.
Why would something like this happen to her? Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over. Did you get a look at the kidnapper? I don't know. Oh, okay,
What?
I was right with what kind of voice to use. Like, tell me who's talking!
Yeah, I know, it's a little weird.
Yes, it was a man, middle-aged. There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer.
Oh, damn it, I don't remember. There was like one American name in the credits, now I don't remember what it was.
He identified himself as a lecturer at Hitomi and Maria's school.
I think it's this guy.
Yeah. I saw too.
No, I mean, I think this guy's the culprit.
Well, yeah. Like, the stereotypical non-Japanese is the one that's doing it.
Yeah.
It's like Hitomi says. I heard Hitomi cry out, and so I went to the window to look. And his Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been in the country very long.
Okay, I was like, that's a fair reason for him to, like, not be able to speak properly, because it's like, that seems really suspicious otherwise. I mean, it's still suspicious, but...
Yeah. And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone. Leland explained that he'd seen the man shove Maria into the back seat and then clamber into the driver's seat. If he had an accomplice, wouldn't they have been driving?
I mean, wouldn't they? But if he threw her into the back, what if there could have been a second person in the passenger seat?
Plus, the driver's side is the right-hand side in Japanese vehicles.
Yeah. I don't know.
Neither Hitomi nor Leland had gotten a look at the suspect's face. Kano was interviewing others who had been on the scene, looking for other potential witnesses when his phone rang. It was Yoshio Kajibara, one of the senior detectives. We've set up a task force for the investigation.
That was fast.
Get back to the station once you have a handle on the situation there. Barely half an hour had passed between the time of the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. 428 Task Force. Roughly 150 people are working on the case in the Shibuya Precinct's conference room. The main force at work is HQ's first Special Investigation Unit. Additionally, other detective sections, a riot squad, and investigators from neighboring precincts have been assembled.
There's a lot of manpower for, like...
Right, just for a kidnapping?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't seem like a very, like...
What the fuck is up with Hitomi's family?
Yeah. Is she Yakuza or something?
They had the 50 million yen or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you wouldn't kidnap, like, a Yakuza's daughter. That'd be, like, the worst thing to do as a criminal.
Like, it's gotta be some high-powered, like, business family or politician. Oh god, I can barely read that.
Yeah, I can read it. When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuze had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team had been formed to investigate the victim's home. Response team is assembled to the victim's home, led by an investigator with proper training. Kano could feel a peculiar tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around the Shibuya offices. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko in Shibuya. Have the sister Hitomi bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. Is that man eating a banana?
Yep.
Kajiwara from the precinct was put on the response team along with detectives from elsewhere who'd received special training in abduction cases. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in a victim's home. Kuze, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and had sent Kajiwara along. I feel like I recognize that home.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a default set.
Yeah. I swear I've seen it, oh god. It was in one of the, God, I'm blanking on it. I think it was in one of the, there's like this, live action series that's like, God, why am I blanking on it? Like, the main character is like a delinquent girl. And she's like a detective that uses a yo-yo. There's like a manga and an anime, but they did a live action adaptation. It's either that or there was like another one where, God damn. I'll have to look it up later. I swear I've seen this set or this house before.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because they also just tend to reuse a lot of locations for stuff in Japan. Because there's also like strict shooting laws, and there's like only certain places that you can shoot at, which is it's interesting because that list of like locations that they can shoot at has started to get smaller and smaller. So they've actually kind of been relying more on like CG backgrounds and stuff more recently for live action stuff, at least for like big action sequences, especially ones with like pyrotechnics and stuff like that too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The detectives disguise themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion, arriving there at 8:30. The response team had become prepared to run a trace. I'm assuming this is just going to explain what a trace is. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the kidnapper contacted the family a second time. But there were no further calls. It also just looks like a stock photo of a bunch of guys on computers. Which it probably is. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time designated for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear. Crap, you think we might have spooked him? He wondered aloud. Hey, stay calm. Sasayama scanned the passing throng. He's just playing with us. Why'd this guy even pick this place? Kano voiced the question he'd been asking himself ever since he'd heard the kidnapper's demands. It's really hard to tell the difference between who's talking.
Right?
Sasayama shrugged. Figure he must want to blend in with the crowd, nab the money, and disappear before anyone knows he's there. Would be my guess. In that case, why not See you, Sharky. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza? The big crowd didn't just benefit the kidnapper after all. It also allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. Right now, there were 50 detectives stationed within a 50-meter radius of where Hitomi stood. Yeah, they need to, like, add a drop shadow or, like, a filter underneath some of the text, because it's really hard to... It's really hard to read.
Yeah. Like, even though it does have the outline, these backgrounds are just so busy.
Yeah. I think even if just the outline was thicker, it'd be a lot easier to read.
Hell, I would even take the Hulu, like, fucking yellow courier font over this.
Actually, I actually appreciate. I think like Amazon. I can't forget which streaming service it has, but it has like, different size and font options. I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. It's actually really nice. I want to say Amazon probably. Anyway, the kidnapper would be taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko. You're overthinking things, pal, Sasayama grumbled. No, I'm not. Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. Okay.
What?
This was Kano's dick diary, which he always kept close in hand.
Detective.
Yeah. This was Kano's dick diary, which he always kept close at hand. I'm surprised they didn't put an entry for dick diary.
Oh my god.
Sasayama rolled his eyes. That thing again.
We're
Kano
gonna
ignored
say
him.
dick a lot, huh?
Yeah, probably. Especially if he keeps pulling his dick diary out.
The way
Kano
you stuttered.
Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages, and then he's just like looking at a flipbook. What the fuck? Why does he write so large?
Right? Does he use like an actual fucking inkwell?
Yeah, what?
It's not ballpoint.
Why does he? That's such a waste of paper. Okay, aha, here it is. Dick Dictum 89.
Jesus.
The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. These aren't even notes about the case. This is just like,
His little cheat sheet
yeah.
for how to do his job.
It was a favorite saying of Kyuzo Tateno, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tateno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. This was gonna be a one-off, but I want to play this some more. Maybe we can, like, alternate it with Persona or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I do want to play this some more. Because there's also other characters. There's another
Right.
character that I'm very interested to play as also. But this game's really charming so far. I'm very into it.
Yeah.
For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi hadn't been informed of how much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper. I think Tateno has the right idea. Sasayama snorted quietly. Maybe I mean, he's a great detective, don't get me wrong. But do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider? I think he looks better with the messy hair, though.
He does.
Yeah.
Even though it's definitely a shit wig
Yeah.
on purpose, he looks better like that.
Yeah. Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tateno as both a detective and as an individual. He'd first witnessed Tateno's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze. While the others hesitated, Tateno unflinchingly doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene. Oh, there he is as a baby detective. The others
As
had
a
been
cop.
the others had been awestruck by Tateno's actions, and Ikana, who at the time had been content to be a run-of-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring. Still, you know? Sasayama murmured under his breath. Sorry, I'm very burpy right now.
Just let it out. Contribute to the VTuber burp Twitter handle.
As great a detective as Tateno is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever heard of him. I suppose not, Kano said. So? Why is everyone eating bananas? Only time anyone ever hears a cop's name is if he's caught up in some scandal or killed in line of duty. I mean, it doesn't really seem fair, does it? Kano just shrugged. There's a strange definition of unfair, really. I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff. So how come no celebrity gumshoes, you know? Look, please, can you just focus on what we're doing here? Kano rubbed his eyes, then turned his attention back to Hitomi. What's the matter? Didn't sleep? Not enough, I guess. Did you eat? Didn't have time. Who's talking? Between bringing in supplies for the base of operations. I know what a base of operations is. Don't explain this to me. Returning the team's vehicles, photocopying hundreds of documents, and various other tasks. Kano had barely slept the previous night and hadn't gotten a meal in either. What have you been doing? Sasayama puffed out his chest. Saving up my energy for today. See, we're sleeping. Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame. There he is! Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. A man in his 20s wearing a sleeveless red jacket. He's carrying a garbage bag. Oh, that's the other character that we can play as. A young man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He strode toward her, a sinister look on his face. He didn't match Hitomi's description, but Kano felt the jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper had hired some young street punk to snatch the ransom payment.
I'm sorry, I don't know why my computer's going off. You're good.
Okay. That our guy? What do you think, Kano? 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 That's the Mortal Kombat character. Sasayama whispered. Yeah, I think he's gotta be. This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, running to act fast. Do his eyes look photoshopped to you?
Kano?
Yeah. It looks like this image has been edited to like... It's weird. His eyes look edited.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's his eyes, but the lenses.
Yeah. Probably to like... Maybe there was like a reflection of the cameraman or something.
I wouldn't be surprised, or maybe even the glasses themselves were added in post-production.
Oh, yeah.
They don't seem to be sitting right with the hair.
Yeah, it's weird. It looks like... Yeah, it definitely looks photoshopped. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Could this be the culprit? Or perhaps... The young man tried to snatch the briefcase from Hitomi, but she clung to it with her desperate strength. It was him. The detectives rushed in. Whoa, hey, what the hell? The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away, but the officers closed in, forcing him bodily to the ground. Target scared. Oh jeez, I think we got another suspect on the scene. Eek, he's taking the ransom. Kuze's hysterics made Kano spin around. Sure enough, a foreign-looking man is sprinting away, at the shake case in hand. It's always those foreigners. The mob of detectives scrambled to pursue. Before Kano could react, most of them had run off, leaving him to look after the original suspect. What should I do with this guy, sir? He might have some connection with the kidnapper. Should I bring him in? Huh? Oh, sure, that'd be swell. I'm on it.
That's a nonchalant response.
Yeah. With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought the suspect back to the Shibuya precinct. Look, how many times do we have to go through this? Cut the crap. In the interrogation room, the young man who gave his name as Achi Endo steadfastly insisted on his innocence. Why'd you try to steal that case? Kano watched Achi's face intently. Like I said, it looked heavy, so I was just trying to help her out. It wasn't inconceivable that a young guy would want to help a pretty girl. But Hitomi had just been standing there, hardly in desperate need of assistance. She hadn't set the case down, so I figured there had to be something important inside. An entry from Kano's dick diary shot through his mind. Dick dictum 25. When the tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just... Why does he write so big?
Not only that, but with these translations, it makes me wonder if they knew they were being like this.
Yeah.
Because like, it feels like this could be a potentially serious enough kind of game in Japanese. But like you said, it had like that no, that was that other one. But yeah, it definitely has like those early 2000s. I don't want to do my job, so I'm gonna make everything a joke, and it somehow slipped past everybody.
Yeah. I'm also surprised we haven't had any other, like, we've had like one choice so far, and then everything else has just been story.
So I did look up a guide, and there's not many choices.
Yeah. Classic advice for questioning. Something important, you say, such as, how the heck would I know Achi Spot? He huffed and slumped back in his chair. This standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind. Chasing down criminals was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of off-the-scene work went into cracking a case. Once again, he had Achi explaining what he'd been doing, starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room for a short break, he learned that there had been some progress in the case of the crime scene. What the police hadn't been able to determine yet, however, was whether or not Maria was safe. Fighting back his anxiety, Kano consulted his dick diary. God damn it. That's gonna come up so fucking much.
It is.
Oh, here's another entry. Dick dictum number 54, haste makes waste. I'm wondering if it, like, the text is so large because it's supposed to be for the viewer to be able to read.
That could be.
If they're reading it in Japanese.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, that's not a pen. Why is
No, that's definitely a brush.
Why is he doing calligraphy in his dick dictum? His dick diary, rather.
I don't know.
He felt his tension subside, remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell. Kano returned to confront Achi once more. You were there to act as a distraction to mess up the investigation, weren't you? Huh? Achi looked a bit dumbfounded. What are you on about? Tick tick, goddamn. Tick tick to number 55, the truth hungers to be free. You hungry? Got some Katsuda! Do you know about the Katsuda?
Pork cutlet bowl? What?
They give you Katsudan to, like, loosen you up, I guess?
Oh, yeah, because it's like a comfort food.
Yeah. Japanese dish consisting of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and an egg. There are several variations such as sauce katsudan, where the egg is replaced with Worcestershire sauce, and miso katsudan, where the pork is steeped in miso. Not typically the sort of thing a policeman offers. Wrong! Incorrect. I mean, maybe in real life, I don't think, maybe they don't do this as often, but, like, I feel like in many Japanese, like, cop dramas that I've seen, they do this to, like...
Yeah, it's probably something that they're not supposed to do in real life anymore,
Yeah.
because it's manipulation.
Yeah. But I always see this trope in, like, detective shows all the time. Japanese ones, obviously.
Right.
This could be seen as baiting with food and is to be avoided. Yeah. Achi nodded silently. That looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Achi devoured the bowl of katsudan with gusto. He looked like he hadn't eaten in a while. Alright then, spill it. What's this guy after? Achi just shrugged. I know, he murmured, a thick piece of egg-laden pork between his teeth. How many accomplices do you have? Kano asked. Achi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. Resignedly, Kano flipped through his notebook once more. Let's see, number 115? Use the lights to your advantage? As the minutes ticked past, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying a dozen different methods to tease out whatever his suspect might be hiding. The experience began to feel strangely surreal, their two voices echoing hollowly in the interrogation room. Eventually, Kana looked at the clock and realized that the questioning had been going on for nearly 5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
He still hadn't made any headway. What was he supposed to do next? Tatena would know, but he sure didn't. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim and her family safe. Gritting his teeth in frustration, he perused the dig diary like it was scripture.
It's gonna be hard not to laugh every time you
Yeah.
have to see that.
Number 116. The monotonous questioning was clearly tiring Achi out.
I got it. Next time we play from Kano's perspective, we gotta take a drink every time the dick diary comes out.
Yeah.
And then we'll be dead by the end of the
Yeah.
stream.
His eyelids drooped like they were beginning to get heavy. Number 117. Get them when they're tired. Kano's eyes gleamed. You're part of some criminal gang, huh? Achi's head slumped forward heavily. Nodding off was basically the same as nodding yes, right? Mr. Kuze, I did it. The young guy who grabbed at the handoff side, he finally confessed to the crime. What? What are you talking about? Kuze laughed in disbelief. We're just about to apprehend the mastermind here. Huh? Kano clutched his cell phone, dumbstruck. Listen, why don't you, look, just wait there at HQ, okay? No, it can't be. After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kano tendered his resignation.
We got a bad end?
What the fuck? I didn't do anything!
Your choice! You didn't suspect the orange hoodie guy.
Goddamn. Guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all, he thought to himself.
We're so bad at making decisions.
No! He dropped the dick diary on his desk as he left the Shibuya precinct for the last time.
And that's such...
Bad end. Number 1, so long, Shibuya.
Terrible.
God damn it. Kano wound up at a bad end, however, this does not mean that the choice he made for Kano was the wrong one. One of the other protagonists, Achiendo, has an impact on Kano's fate here. I think... Oh, I don't know, maybe not. I was like, maybe this is like a scripted bad end and you were like supposed to play Achi's thing. Or something. Like you can fix it by going back and playing Achi's thing. Because it was locked off to start. It literally had police tape over
I
it.
don't know.
But I guess it was just literally that one decision. You can avoid a bad end by making proper decisions. In another character's story. Oh, yeah, see? Maybe this is supposed to happen? Because it said at the top, like, when it was like, oh, you can make a choice here, but this choice won't actually affect anything. I think it said that. For a detailed, I don't know. For a detailed hint, check the tip by underlining the bad end title. Press tab in space. Kano had every reason to suspect Achi Endo, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. If Achi hadn't approached Hitomi, this wouldn't have happened. Try playing Achi Star up to 10:30 and make a choice. Oh! That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
I actually have to like control all the characters and make sure that they're all doing the correct thing to make sure that the actual series of events happens properly.
Yeah, okay.
That's really interesting. I've never seen that before.
Huh.
So I literally have to go back, make sure that Achi isn't a suspect, and then doesn't distract Kano.
Right.
It's fascinating.
Because Achi unintentionally approaching Hitomi makes the rest of the team go after the actual people.
Yeah. Interesting. That kind of forces you to do all the bad ends, unless you like accidentally make things occur properly. I guess maybe you can't, because it seems like they're locked off until like you can actually...
A key thing, yeah.
Yeah. You could now select Achi Endo, one of the other protagonists. Let's follow Achi's story for a little while. Actually, before we start this, I'm gonna take a short break. Go
Okay,
like stretch and stuff.
yeah.
All right. It's unfortunate, like right as I was walking back, that's when the burp came out. It was a really good one too.
I mean,
Alright.
that's almost as good as me having like one of those you've been drinking burps
Mm-hmm.
at like the most somber moment in my Somnium stream earlier this week.
I can't even play this Kano again. So that
Nope.
last scenario was like about an hour-ish, so you could probably go through Achi's and then probably call it.
Yeah, okay.
these animations. Oh, okay.
Oh.
You want to start this
Achi,
one? Yeah.
yeah, I'll start it. Achi Endo called out at the door to his father's room. Okay, I'm heading out. Sure. His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door.
Like the way this is starting and like, I mean, I guess he is the protagonist of this scenario, but like the way this is starting and the way the music is makes him sound like the main character of this. Like the theme that's playing right now.
Maybe.
Oh.
Shit's weird.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop? It's not like we're gonna get any customers. Achi grimaced. Yeah, I guess not. The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out. Guess it's gonna be that kind of day. He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped on his favorite pair of sneakers. The entryway to Achi's home also led into the family shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny... what?
Tiny
That's
retail
worded.
space.
That's worded weird.
So much junk. Yeah, I don't know. There were some lines so far that have been really, worded really weird.
The slightest bump brought the risk of an avalanche. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building, then up through Dogonzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might as well assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains booming throughout Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. But things weren't looking good for the future. Achi, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there. Achi stepped out of the shop and into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits. Alrighty, time to do this. He unfurled one of the big garbage bags, which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way toward Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while. Sheesh, this place is filthy. He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed on the ground. Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag. We've been picking up trash for around town like this for about 6 months now.
He does kind of have like a hero like outfit.
Yeah,
The
or at
vest.
least like that local little small town. Definitely a protagonist kind of thing.
Yeah.
It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days he'd filled his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogonzaka to the train station. Today he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention. I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here. He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by two men, one with brown hair, one with black. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash cleaning walks around town. Another kind of trash to take care of. Achi quickly interposed himself between the girl and the two recruiters.
The word choice, the English word choices in this are weird.
Hey, can't you see that you're bothering her? Huh? Who the hell are you? The two men glared. Take a hike, pal. Achi stood his ground. Look, she ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some other mark. The hustler's annoyance turned into open rage. Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone. What?
Like just both are like, what at the same time? There's some peculiar word choices in this script.
I'm gonna take some liberties if I can catch them. How about we take this someplace more quiet, yeah? Someplace more quiet. What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go someplace more quiet. It might just be a cafe or a park. But to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passersby are unlikely to interrupt.
This is like explaining things to an alien.
You're assuming their audience is white.
I don't understand. Okay. Moving
It's
on.
literally what it is. It's explaining things like the audience is a white person in like 1980, 1990.
I guess.
Just exposing themselves to Japanese media for the first time.
But like someplace more quiet, that's like such a general term. I don't understand why they needed to explain it.
I don't know. People that are new to the genre.
New to existing, it seems like they're explaining things to an alien.
The girl stood by uneasily watching the goings on. Hey, take it easy. I'm not looking for trouble. Is that supposed to be an apology?
Who's talking?
I don't know. On your knees and beg, pal. Well, that's the thug.
Yeah.
The man spat his gum onto the ground.
I think it was Achi who's that first line was.
Yeah. Ew. Achi looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk.
Littering. It's his...
And he's not giving a shit about the cigarette butt that's literally like 4 inches away from it.
Yeah.
His last shred of goodwill vanished. You better pick that up. Right now. What?
Nani? Same brain cell.
Didn't you hear me? Because I told you to get on your knees and whack! Achi's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw.
Oh, please have like a shot of this. Damn it.
Whoa, easy, pal. The other man's bravado drained from his face. Achi tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow. Ugh. Fuck. The man struggled, but Achi just tightened his grip. It was a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know. Ever stop to consider that? Wait, are you The other hustler's panicked eyes had fixed on Achi's
The
chest.
fucking eco symbol on his
Yeah.
shirt.
Gah! Crap! That shirt, man! The guy's voice was starting to break. That's Mean Clean!
Mean Clean!
The guy with the Mean Clean shirt. Carrying around a trash bag?
Oh, okay. I'm assuming Mean Clean is that, like, character on his shirt. For a second, I thought that they meant, like...
His superhero name?
No,
His
like, yeah, like,
vigilante?
his vigilante name or something.
Yeah.
Like, Mr. Shakedown or something.
Yeah. That means you're...
Wait,
His face went pale.
does he have a... Please tell me he has a vigilante name.
Please. What? Meme Queen? The other man echoed the words through his held shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes. Get it right, pal. She clenched the man's jaw harder still.
Wait, are they actually calling him Mean Clean?
I think so. It's Mean Clean.
Uh...
Ow! Ow, 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 ow! We're sorry, man. You're Achi, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man. You gotta cut us some slack. The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket.
Gross.
Oh, that's gonna be even worse to clean up. Finally, Achi let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two thugs scampered off. Hey, so... A shy smile came to the girl's face.
Oh my
Why is
god.
girl highlighted?
Let's find out. Okay, it's like her.
Okay. Ryoko Kakanuma, a second-year student at Midoriyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to her part-time job at a cafe. It's popular plot in trashy e-novels for the main character to fall in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life.
That's interesting. So she goes to the same school as the twins.
Girls, yeah.
Did they mention that it was a law school earlier? I don't remember that detail.
No, they only mentioned it was Midoriyama Academy.
Yeah. I wonder if I wonder if like their parents are also like high-powered lawyers or something.
Probably, because that's a common thing too. Is if your parents are in a high-powered position, you're pressured to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they have money.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because that's way more money than like a cop would ever have.
Yeah.
Hey, so, there we go, the girl's face. Thank you for saving me. No, I apologize. Huh? The girl stared in surprise. You'll run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya is a good town. Yeah, okay. Achi gave her a quick wave, then turned and continued on his way down Doganzaka.
I can take over for the next scene.
Okay.
Achi was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the ward had had since he was a kid. Grocery stalls and inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings, Achi knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town, not on his watch. He is a hero. I'm wondering what like Visual K artist is being shown on that big billboard thing.
Probably someone manufactured.
Oh.
Because if it was a big enough one, then they wouldn't be using it.
Yeah, I guess. Achi made his way down towards Shibuya Station. Throngs of people. They really like using the word throng in this script. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart. With streets like Bunkamara Dori and Center Gai serving as the arteries pumping a bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya. And there was Achi, just another part of this great urban organism. I feel like I kind of recognize that specific Samsung billboard too. Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell? Hold on. Is that right, or did I have it right the first time? White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body. Achi's probably thinking of white blood cells. Okay. Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko at Shibuya Station. I was wondering if we could interfere with, like, him messing around with those guys and just, like, have Achi be beat up or something, and then he doesn't go to... I was wondering where the cutoff point was. I guess we'll find out, because we're literally right there. Here we go. Ooh, she's totally my type. Be up someone's alley. Why would you use further metaphors to explain this?
Wait, what?
He said, oh, she's just my type, and my type was highlighted, and then you go to it, and it says to be up someone's alley, to be someone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
These are even more, like, obtuse metaphors.
To be attracted to a specific type of person.
It's so confusing. I don't understand these subtitles sometimes. Wonder if she's a model or a small-time actress or something. Looks like she's waiting for something. She is really cute. Probably another guy, dang. Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to tie off the trash bag, he continued gazing wistfully at the girl, then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might use. It was a large case, and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands.
Are they just reusing that?
The dialogue or the...
Yeah, that was the same dialogue that was part of Kano's when they went over her.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because they're, like, literally describing literally the exact same scene.
Yeah.
Okay. This is really important. B?
Yeah. Because if you pick A, he's gonna knock over.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the more obvious choice.
Yeah. Reach a decision point. Let's have Achi not approach Chomi. Use... Okay. It's already telling me to do that. But first, I gotta dump this trash. Looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Now Achi won't approach Hitomi, which means he'll avoid being arrested by Kano. At the same time, Kano's fate will also change. And he will no longer wind up at a bad end. So let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart. Press F2 to... F2? What a weird key to use. This is the time chart. This it's a Danganronpa ass menu. This is the time chart. It shows the protagonist's progression. Through the story, decision points are marked with... Kano's fate is changed based on Achi's actions. Select Kano's 1030 block and press space. Oh, there's another split point here, earlier in the scene.
Probably when we get more characters.
Yeah. Unless this is the split point that it's looking for. No, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, this was the first decision. So these are all based on decisions, because this was there he is, and then this is when we decided not to try to catch the guy with the flyers. So this is Achi's like decision point, and then that leads to this version of Kano's.
Oh, okay, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, Kano again. I suppose you could call it that. Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame. There he is. Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. The hell? The man in the black coat. He's not Japanese.
Yeah, nope, he is distinctly not Japanese.
Yeah, looks to be in his early 30s. Previously, Achi got mixed up with Kano and the police, but now another man has appeared instead. By changing what Achi did, you've also changed Kano's story. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He made his way toward her, his expression blank. He didn't match the description Hitomi had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment. Alright. Sasayama raised an eyebrow. This may be our guy. This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees and ready for action. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. I wonder how many... I actually don't know how many characters there are. I know there's like a couple more characters probably, like... Because I've seen like a character select screen. But I actually don't know how many extra characters there are. There's one I'm interested in getting to, at least. Probably not this stream, though, unless, like, they immediately show up. Banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold.
There are 8 playable characters.
This guy's creepy as fuck. Was this the culprit? Or perhaps... the stranger took hold of the attaché case. It was him. En masse, the detectives began to close in. Let's go, Kano. On it. Suss it. This is like a completely different thing to what was happening at the start, because there was like another completely different person that was kidnapped, right?
Yeah, but the orange hoodie guy showed up before Achi came onto the scene.
No. At the very, very beginning, before any of this started happening, there was another scene where there was like a man in a suit with like a bag over his head in the back of a van that he was trying to text someone.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of those, how did I get it mixed up in this kind of things. Where we're now backtracking to get to that point.
I guess.
Because I'm pretty sure it was Kano in the bag.
Was it Kano?
Pretty
oh,
sure.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. So I was like, who was that? Is this like another, is there like a further level of the case to this case? But yeah, I guess that makes more sense if it's Kano. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man veered suddenly, running right toward them. What?
Keep out?
Kano's story suddenly had to keep out. Keep out refers to a point in the story where your progress is okay.
Okay, why?
Because other you need to play more of the other part of the game, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, I think they're just forcibly stopping you here. In order to advance beyond a keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist story. At 10:30, Achi has the text, young man in a suit, set as red keywords. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Achi's story back to Kano's. Now head back to Achi's story and keep an eye out for that key phrase. This is weird.
So anytime we see red text, we have the opportunity to jump to someone else.
Try following the story from Achi at 10:30. Approach the girl. Weird. I'm confused. Wasn't this... Unless, like, Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
unless we're now being forced to take the other so that now we have more information and we don't pursue him as a suspect even if we catch him. I don't know.
I'm so confused because I was like, maybe this, maybe like I was like, oh, maybe we're going back and picking the other option, but like it's after the first option. I don't know. It's confusing.
I don't know.
What?
It's not letting you
It
pick
won't let me
A.
pick A.
Oh, it forced us to jump to Achi to see what happened from not picking, or switched us to Kano to see what happened. So now we're going back to Achi for his outside perspective,
Yeah, I
seeing this scuffle.
guess.
Okay. This is almost worse than a fucking Uchikoshi at this point.
What? The what?
Uchikoshi, he's the guy that did the Zero Escape games and Somnium Files.
Hmm.
And like he purposely has like all these different paths in VLR in the second one specifically for Zero Escape,
Hmm.
where you're just constantly bouncing around getting more and more new information so that you can go to other timelines to get your path to the true ending. And it's like, Jesus Christ, why
Yeah.
has it gotta be so convoluted? Like, it's interesting, but this is too early for our heads to hurt like this.
I don't like this. I feel like it serves more of like the writer's narrative than like
It
the
does,
player's
yeah.
narrative.
Yeah.
Huh? A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. Why do they keep pointing that out?
They just gotta specify that the whites ruin everything.
Looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. Something tells me that's not her boyfriend. The girl handed the attaché case over to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away.
He's gonna come and fuck him up.
What? A nearby
Oh.
homeless man suddenly leapt. Are they gonna explain what homeless people are? A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run as if he'd
Please,
been
please click it.
waiting for this very moment.
I gotta see them.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, cosplay detective. I knew it. Yuji Sasayama, a detective with the Shibuya precinct known as the cosplay detective due to the strange outfits he wears while on stakeouts. He's partnered with Shinya Kano for the kidnapping investigation. I wonder I wonder if you play this without the tutorial on, if you have like more freedom to just pick whatever.
I don't know.
Because like you would know this information already if you'd started with Kano's storyline.
True.
Unless they're just reiterating it for some reason.
Who knows?
Huh. Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Some words and text appear in red. Red text denotes important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists' stories. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear out or keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press tab. That's such a weird mechanic.
It is, yeah.
A window will appear allowing you to jump from one protagonist to another at that point, then press space to continue. Yeah, again, I don't like this because it serves the game's narrative rather than you like being able to build your own. But I guess that's also because like actually I don't know. This could be written better. Were they gonna end up into a Pokemon battle or something? By performing a jump from this screen, you can advance another protagonist's story past to keep out. Press the space to confirm and jump over to Kano's story. I like it's that frame of them like being like, huh? Let's go, Kano. On it. Sasayama and Kano looked into action. You did it. Jump successful. In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear keep out. Keep this in mind as you advance. Do the story, okay? There won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. If you get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists or making different decisions to advance. You can now use the time chart from the main menu. From the main menu, you can access gameplay, blah blah blah. But they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running right toward them. What? Catching sight of the two detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt and bolted off in a new direction. The bananas!
Why is it always bananas?
Kano whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red. Oh, okay, I thought for a second that, like, the culprit, like, slipped on a banana peel or something.
Right.
But this is to show that they've, like, they're throwing off their costumes, I guess. But, like,
So
they should have,
the
he
other
should
guy
have,
had a banana peel on him somewhere?
well, he was eating a banana earlier for some reason. I mentioned it. Sasayama was eating a banana for some reason at
Oh,
some point.
I missed that. I only saw that higher up in the office.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Eating
I
one.
mentioned it because it was also weird that Sasayama, briefly for a little bit, right before they had that conversation about
Oh,
like
the
the
girlfriend.
girlfriend, he was just eating a
Yeah.
banana. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red and the flow of traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. There was no escape for the culprit now. I like this woman right here in the middle, wearing the green shirt. Can you see her?
Yeah. She's just standing there looking at it like,
What the fuck?
no, she's fucking practically Dio Brando.
Yeah. The conversion cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing. Kano, are you crazy? Come back! Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward. With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Just a little closer. Just a little closer and he'd be in tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never. Kano, back off! Don't take him down! It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece. Huh? Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? Let him go for now. The real perp is someplace else. Perp is a police jargon for perpetrator. Here, Kuze is referring to the fact that the principal offender in the case must be elsewhere.
Thanks, Kuze.
Thanks. What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator? I'm not reading this. Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's trail. Oh my god. Yeah, forensics team. Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos.
We know what a lot of this stuff is. Why are you highlighting it?
Even if this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they'd been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Why wouldn't you let me just capture the guy, though, then? Or at least question him. Kano recalled another maxim from his dick diary. Dick dictum, number 12.
Been a while since you've had to say dick.
Yeah. Always assume a worst-case scenario. If Kuze had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom, and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all? Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's up
this
to
one's
you.
hard.
How much do you value the money? Like, is it real money? They said it was real,
I'm
right?
assuming it's like real money.
I don't know.
I kind of want to catch him because I feel like it'd be important to question him, but also,
If they say they have the real perp, though.
yeah, I was gonna say. I think B actually. I think I'm gonna let this guy
Uh,
go and then try to catch a bigger fish.
no.
I don't know.
Eh,
This is hard.
I'm looking at a guide and it seems to be highlighting the bad ends. Do you want me to tell you?
No. Well, I mean, it seems like even if we get bad ends, we can go back anyway. So it's like
True.
not the worst thing in the world.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
whatever.
interested in seeing what happens if we let the guy go, actually. Even though I really want to catch him, I'm actually really more interested in seeing what happens if we.
Yeah, like anytime we fuck up.
Yeah. Kuze's instructions had been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing the next wave of detectives in the direction the foreigner had fled. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face. But if Kuze had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. He had just ceased his pursuit when Kuze's panicked voice sounded shrill in his ear. Eep, someone's taken God damn it. Someone's taken Hitomi. Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawking immediately. Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's
Oh
fleeing.
god.
He's fleeing in the direction of Meiji Dori. What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped? Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search for the man who'd taken Hitomi. If he was heading toward Meiji Dori, there was a chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways nearby. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who'd grabbed the ransom money.
Whoa, you have a choice to tackle the
Yeah.
fucker.
Kuze is right, the kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kano skidded around the corner and then stopped short. Ah, fuck. The man in black was standing there, pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired. Oh shit.
We're dead.
Kano felt caught all over as if he were on fire. All except for his cheek, pressed against the asphalt and the palms of his hands, they felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away. Bad end. Shot by a foreigner. By trying to find the man who'd taken Hitomi, Kano ran into a different criminal, and unfortunately for him, he got shot. If the criminal hadn't been able to get near Hitomi, she probably wouldn't have been taken. Have Achi make the choice to talk to Hitomi what? Instead at 10:35. I feel like that's less a hint and more like, hey, do this thing, though.
Right. Hey, you fucked up. Here's what you should do.
So we hit the 2-hour mark. I thought these were like gonna be more discrete scenarios.
Yeah, like more of like the standard. You hit your dead end and then you go back to that point.
Yeah.
But it seems to be interlacing them.
Yeah.
So much.
I mean, this seems like an alright place to stop because we're literally at hitting 2 hours for this stream.
Yeah. I think so. Well, we should come back to this
I
one.
do, yeah, I do. I'm still interested in the narrative.
I'm starting to get invested.
Yeah, same. Just the way that it controls is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm into it. We also
Yeah.
still haven't seen the character that I'm interested in playing.
Right.
Alright. I have... Let me double check. I have someone in mind that I want to just raid. Let me double check if they're still going. I mean, they should be because they're doing like a 12-hour subathon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I should be on. Oh no, I don't remember their... Let me check my following. I don't remember their handle exactly. I still need to play Hi-Fi. I need to pick up Hi-Fi Rush. I need to pick up Hi-Fi Rush. I need to pick up Wanted Dead. There's a lot of good games that came out recently.
Oh, Brian has Game Pass and he started playing it. It's definitely one of those games where he's not gonna admit he's having fun.
Why not follow them? Hold on. Oh, I don't follow them. Okay. Well, I guess I'll drop a follow.
Yes.
I guess I'll drop a follow once we read them. All right. We're gonna raid Sam the Silky. They're a really cool, like, low poly bird VTuber. Oh.
Oh, is that one that Frex is
no.
Or
No, they're a
I
different
know
one.
someone posted, where the fuck are the bird VTubers?
I really like their model. They make like really good low poly stuff.
Yeah.
And they're doing a subathon right now.
Fuck yeah.
Alright. I don't know if I'm doing anything. I think the next stream I'm gonna have is actually with Rex on Sunday morning. And then I also actually have a Jackbox collab with Kara Hestia on Sunday, I think at like 3 o'clock. So that'll be fun. Maybe something on Saturday, I guess. We'll see. Hopefully my hand feels better by the time I have to play more actual video games.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. This was fun. I'm interested in where this narrative goes, and we should pick it up again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright. Goodbye.